So I was thinking, what have I not done for a while? Go through my comments. And of course, I'm going to do it on this channel, the Kira channel, because the Kira TV channel typically doesn't really get funny comments anymore, at least about me. Essentially, because that channel's doing like video essay type, documentary type stuff. People just comment on the topics and not about me. I personally prefer the comments when they're directed at me and things that I say, because it's just funnier. Also, because of the nature of this channel and the React content and, talking about topics I'd never in a million years talk about on the main channel, you typically tend to bring in these people that are just thoroughly very upset due to the nature of giving, opinions about things. So here we go. From Kyle Howard. Imagine thinking YouTube and Twitch is the only place to watching streaming. Go to fucking Chatterbait to do your depraved shit, you fucking dumbass generation. I don't know if YouTube's going to be fine with this amount of swearing. Unfortunately, YouTube, that's a consideration I have to actually make. This is pathetic, Lamau. No wonder children are fucked and people justify it because you go, girl. It's not your responsibility, it's the platform's. As far as I'm aware, Kyle, nobody said this. No, you are a piece of shit with no morals. Let's just be fucking real here. You want adult content, make an adult site. I think Twitch is predominantly adults, because if you go on and look at who's streaming, they're all adults. So I'd say that's an adult site, unless you mean adult in the way of, sexual content or whatever. Otherwise, keep this shit off publicly accessible areas of the internet. Jesus fucking Christ. Pretty much everywhere on the internet is publicly accessible, Kyle. Nobody's, there's not bouncers on the door for pretty much any website I've ever been to, but there you go. Kyle had his say. This was about, anytime I talk about women, there is just going to be these people that come out of the woodwork and just get very upset. You can see here, the you go girl, it's not your responsibility. I don't know what the you go girl's for. This video was talking about Twitch streamers having Fansly and stuff, and specifically promoting Fansly on official streams and things which kids could be watching. Oh, here we go. So this is on my pinned comment about the Dead Matter video I released yesterday, where basically Nix is threatening me and he says he's going to sue me, as well as report me criminally for blackmail. So Stan Lee responds, is this all you do? Just start shit with companies about games that aren't out yet? No, not typically. Is that really a fair way to do it regardless of what you think of salaries? I don't understand what this point is. You're obviously making the progress even worse. I mean, I'm not intentionally trying to make the progress worse. I'm just trying to give people the information that they should know, because the only reason this company exists is because people gave them the money to exist. They built the entire business from crowdfunding. So in my opinion, the people who built the business with their money, with crowdfunding, should be privy to details that impact that business that only exists due to the money that they gave. So it's not about making the progress better or worse. It's about the company being accountable to the people who they owe everything to, which is the public. You can disagree with that. I just don't care if you do, because you're wrong. You just seem like a worm to me who makes money in shady ways, just like the people you cover. Okay, so we're in agreement that people I cover are shady then. Cool. If I were that company head and you were reviewing my game before release, I've not reviewed the game, we didn't even talk about the game really, and telling people salaries, I'd be pissed too. Cool, you can be, yeah. You need to be slapped just for your methods and hypocrisy alone. I've failed to see the hypocrisy, Stanley. You wallow in other people's problems like a pig in shit, you little piggy. Just review game releases and shut the fuck up. I've not reviewed a game in probably like a year and a half, so I don't think Stanley's very aware of what I do on my channel. But then again, he's been dead for a while, so who could blame him? So there's a comment replying to somebody here, but I can't see the comment, and I don't know how to like pop this out and go look. But apparently somebody called Sasha says that I'm in the wrong. Oh no, an American's got triggered that I mentioned something about American politics. Oh, brace yourselves. As an American, okay, I'll stop you there, Chief. Oh my god, what is this fucking comment? And maybe you should be clear what you say. Things end due to, but the due to is why it's ending. Damn. You need to fucking shape up and get some professional attitude. You still the Brit in the cellar that don't exist. You still the Brit in the cellar that don't exist, but you so sloppy in the way you present things. Get yourself a bit more representational and do a better presentation on what you forward. I have no complaint of the content, but you such a sloppy Brit. But you all are, so maybe that how things should be, but you are not taken serious if you can't shape up a little. How do I even argue with our tech? I don't know how I argue with that. He's right. I should get myself more representational and do a better presentation on what I forward. But that's all Brits, of course, so I fucking love this shit. Your Discord is shite and full of furries. What the fuck is up with that, says the Joe Rogan Experience AI. He's not wrong. My Discord is full of furries. I don't know why. It's probably because, unlike many people on the internet, I am a welcoming individual, despite the outward appearance on my videos. And of course, the fact that if anybody says anything I don't like, I just ban you, because I'm just done with it at this point. It's been 3 years of me doing YouTube content. And if at any point somebody comes up and they basically say, I'm upset about this thing you didn't say, I'll just assume you can't read or listen very well. And then at that point, I've decided it's not really worth having a conversation with you because you've already displayed to me that you can't read or listen. So I just ban you. So my Discord server is generally pretty good because we've essentially curated out all the people that are really just unable to do these basic things. And unfortunately, as a result, we're just left with loads of fairies. I don't know why, and half of them are German. What's wrong with Germany? Oh my god, that now German people are going to show up and say, not all Germans. Fuck, I've done it again. Amaranth has fake tits. Who cares, mate? Why is this a comment you're making? Just because Amaranth wasn't you mentioned in the video shoot, just in the thumbnail. Who cares? I'm so confused. Are any of you R-word YouTubers going to mention how Rockstar did the same shit? This is the second video I've seen where you address this issue, but not mentioning how Rockstar did the same shit. Are you a scared bitch? My video get taken down. Why? Seriously, it's saddening. Do you not see the resemblance that even big company is doing? Not the exact same, but seriously, lol. So there you go. If you ever talk about anything that's that specific topic and you don't bring up every instance of every company or person doing the thing ever, you are, in Dave Unknown's opinion, a scared bitch. What are you doing with your life, you scared bitch? I just despair. So you're sitting here telling us that you have... I can't read that comment, but it's funny. You are delusional. How can you assholes expect the developers to work for free to upgrade a game to a new version? People don't work for free, you fucks king clown. This is talking about the Ark developers saying Ark 2 is gonna come out soon, and then you'll pay $50 and you'll get the game, which is cool. That's fine. I'm cool with paying for products that I can play. But Ark developers decided instead of doing that, they were going to delay the game for a year till the end of 2024, take the official servers down of Ark 1 and make you pay $50 to get an upgraded version that nobody asked for and nobody cares about, so that you too, if you play on the official version, can have the ability to play the game you already paid for. But I do love how me saying that's anti-consumer and not a good thing, and we should definitely, under no circumstances, be supporting that, because there is no angle by which that is a good thing. If they just came out and said, we're releasing this like upgraded version of the game and we've got to delay the other one, and you can choose to get this, but the official servers stay up for the other one, it's $30 or whatever, or you can pay $50 and it has it has the next game as well built into it, which may never release, or it could release and be bad, but we're essentially forcing it in as a package so that you buy it a year in advance before you even know if it's fucking going to be ready then, whether it's going to be good or whatever else. They could have done that, but instead you just defend it because you like the game. And of course, reduce everyone's opinion down to, you just want developers to work for free. Never said that. Never said it. And of course, a lot of people are coming in with the same thing. This fool on the video is acting like we're going to pay $50 for the same game. It will be 5 times better, you damn fool. Not the same game that we are repaying. Damn ass video. Okay? This dude's even managed to get 2,000 subscribers. Hello, YouTube family. Your boy, HC Gaming here. Alright? I've just been transported back to 2007. Dude, are you dump? Please. Please. Don't you know the fucking 10,000 of hours it takes to do these shit? They need money to do the sequel with I'll be the best fucking game ever created. Fuck you. Also, nobody plays on the official servers. They all play on unofficial. So riddle me this one, champ. If nobody plays on the official servers, why are they up? Why are they releasing the new game, taking the old ones down to spin up the new ones? Use your fucking brain. Then again, dump. Remember, this is a British guy who is paying in Thai baht to avoid paying a reasonable price in his own currency. You are part of the problem when you're doing this yourself, you fucking scumbag. I'm not, actually. My Steam, as you can see here, if we go on Steam, is still in Great British pounds. It's just when I'm on the website that it's not. So again, this is just somebody who's talking complete nonsense. As you can see, £7.65 to buy a game. All my shit in Steam is the same. It's in Great British pounds. But when I'm on the Steam website, which is what I show in the videos, because I'm not pulling my Steam up, I'm pulling the website up, the website isn't logged into my account, so it knows I'm in Thailand and then just shows me the Thai price. But if I log in, it'll be in GBP. Never bought a game in Thai baht, not going to either. But again, just another person who shows up and just talks absolute fucking nonsense to make a point that doesn't exist because they don't have a point in the first place. So I'm a fucking scumbag for doing something that happened only in your brain. Who would have thought? It's crazy when you run through these comments, and the best thing is most of them don't even get filtered, and I just never read them anyway. But these are the ones that are like YouTube have deemed the worst filtered ones that haven't been just straight up banned. I don't think it's a fair opinion. This is talking about the Ironmace and Nexon situation. I've had some fantastic comments from these. Fuck money, men ruining art. It's complete and utter nonsense that game devs can't develop a similar game because of stupid fucking IP laws. Fuck Nexon and fuck you. Nobody ever said you can't develop a similar game, and that's not what Nexon are saying. They're saying that they're developing the exact same game using all the same assets, using all the same features, using most of the same development team. They're not saying you can't develop a similar game. They're saying you can't develop the same game, which would be an untenable situation in any industry. It just is what it is. But again, somebody else who isn't interfacing with the actual facts of the case. Stop with these idiotic, uninformed videos, man. Wait until actual info is published and stop spreading misinformation, you ignorant thrall. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't say this to like big myself up or anything, but I think of all the people in the Western world that have been covering and probably talking about and commenting and looking on social media about Dark and Darker, I would be very surprised if I'm not in the top 0.1% of hours spent and resources engaged with in looking into the case. I've read dozens of hours at this point. I've saw everyone's videos. I've interfaced with everything Ironmace has said. I've interfaced with everything Nexon said. I've looked at past precedent from Korea and from North America. I've read lawyer breakdown massive posts. I cannot physically do any more than I've done other than maybe go to law school in Korea and in North America and then come back and have a legal opinion on it. I don't know what more I can do before people stop calling me uninformed about things. I don't know what I can do. Vancouver fucking sucks. I went there once. It was pretty good. It was okay, but I didn't really go around all too much. Had to get teeth removed. Sucked too much Nexon dick. Yeah, I had some wisdom teeth out, and I mentioned it in this video. So apparently, wisdom teeth, you just have to get them removed because that penis is just straight banging those teeth out. Honestly, mate, my comment section's just so funny. I can't. I should have had a beer before this. This shit's so amazing. As soon as I see a Dark and Darker thumbnail for the comments, I just know it's going to be great. Kira, in all videos, you seem to be falling in love with Nexon. How much was the bag they paid you? Too much. I can't even talk about it. It would really harm my audience's opinion of me because the money was so much that I'm just balling out of control. In fact, I had to take off all my fucking star-studded jewelry before I started recording this video. He was a volunteer, not a full employee. Who was? Who was a volunteer? All Asian companies are shit and fake motherfuckers, so just a casual bit of racism thrown in here. Oh, drop another new... Okay, never mind. This guy's just an unhinged, racist piece of shit. They are like Russia and Putin. You can't trust any one of them. Sickening bastards. And lol, they got raided and you still say they can't prove. Dude, you go back and forth. Makes no sense anymore. Okay, cool. Many developers left games and constantly in the production never stopped nor changed in something else. Nexon just accidentally confirmed that the production of P3 was shut down. The case is finished, period. Okay, I guess no one's got anything to worry about then. I guess Dark and Dark is fine. It'll be coming out. And Nexon are completely wrong, and nobody should worry, and Ironmace won't need to crowdfund anything. That's it. You can't blame the people leaving and then say the IP is yours. I mean, the IP is yours. It was developed in your studio that you paid the people to develop. If that's your IP, then you should have all the blueprints to the project. Yeah, they did. All you needed to do was hire a new team. Yeah, they could do, you're right. That is a good point. They could just hire a new team, but that's irrelevant to anything there, because they could still do that if they wanted to. What is relevant is the legal and criminal case that they're bringing up. This is another clear evidence Nexon scrapped the project and the lawsuit is frivolous. Even if they scrapped the project, the lawsuit wouldn't be frivolous, because the project was pushed back due to the fact that all the people left the studio. This is something that people keep missing all the time, and I don't understand why they don't just read that part. Also, no one knows who that leaker from Nexon is. You don't need to know. Why are you taking that as say face value? Because in South Korea, I don't know if you guys know, but when you have basically any online account, it needs to be tied to your social security number. And then, of course, when you log into Blind, it's tied to your company email. So people know, and it's obviously used quite a lot in Korea, to basically hold these companies accountable and make sure that anything fucky going on within a company is open to the public, with people being able to anonymously post this stuff. And while it's not 100% concrete, I'm not saying it's 100% concrete, what they said in that lines up with even what Ironmace has said, even what Nexon have said, what little they have said, and just makes sense. So I think it's just interesting to talk about. I mean, they qualify as someone who works for Nexon, so signing up for that forum wouldn't have been hard. Companies send out HR goons to bend the truth all the time. Yeah, so nothing's ever real, I guess. Don't take anything anyone ever says for context, because nothing anyone ever says is real. It's all a psyop by the big Nexon. Let me stick my hand in your mouth and feel the groove where your wisdom teeth used to be. I can't stop with my tongue. It's been weeks. Go for a jog, you fat ginger mug. Ironmace will prevail. I mean, if it does or not, it makes no difference to me. I want to play the game, so I couldn't give a fuck. The fact that you're so upset, though, that you're trying to personally insult me is fucking hilarious. I don't get how Kira can be so wrong about everything about Dark and Darker here. According to him, everything Nexon does is legitimate, genuine, and absolute truth, and everything Ironmace does is false, misleading, and likely lie. Like it's not even an attempt to present in a balanced perspective. I don't think that's what I've done. And if you want opinions that's purely from Ironmace's perspective, you can, one, go read what Ironmace says, or two, go and watch almost any other YouTuber covering this, because that's what they're doing. I'm just presenting the side that nobody else is presenting, because it goes against the narrative of, I like Ironmace, I want to play the video game. But just because you disagree with me doesn't mean that's what I'm doing. I've interfaced with all the facts that we're currently aware of, and this is what I've came to. So if you disagree, that doesn't mean I'm only presenting everything Nexon does is legit. I've said Ironmace is doing some good things too, such as the crowdfunding. Your main channel showed up back in my feed and I remembered why I unfollowed you. Your main channel is a tabloid rag about other social media people, which takes very little work. I hate NFTs, I hate blockchain. That said, I have a life outside of hating them. Your entire social media presence is based on repeating yourself. I mean, it's definitely not, because my main channel is not about this, and this channel is about NFTs, blockchain games, but literally anything, reading comments. At this point, Kira, you sound like a dumb imbecile that doesn't like change. Crypto is the future. You are just dumb, says Eric L. Nomada. So there we go. I don't like change. It's not like I own cryptocurrency or anything. It's not just like I've done a bunch of research, talked to a bunch of people, looked into a lot of things, and decided that most of crypto is just a joke and it's awful, and whether it's the future or not makes no difference as to what is going on right now, which if you can't recognize what's going on right now, you are simply not living in the same reality as the rest of us. Oh, and then this was the comment that I pinned on the Safe Moon video. You are garbage, got nothing better than to FUD Safe Moon because you're a clown. I'll continue to hodl my Safe Moon, get a job, and stop being a Bix, says Mr. GameCube. Least insane Nintendo fan. And then there's just a million comments because it was pinned, so he was just replying to everyone. Ah ha ha, ask your mom, she a fat one. Dear. Oh, here's a massive comment. Copy-pasting my comment from another one of your videos, just in case. Enjoy. Are you aware that clickbait thumbnails like yours are extremely negative for the success of the game's battle? I don't care about the game's battle. If they're in the right, they're going to win. And if they're wrong, they're not. It's as simple as that. My YouTube thumbnails are not going to change that, are they? Especially considering my videos on Dark and Darker don't get that many views because most people are so high on the copium that they're only going to watch things that confirm their bias. That's it. It's as simple as that. I mean, did you even think about it before using that piece of filth as your thumbnail? Proclaiming that the game is dead is exactly what kind of publicity that Nexon wants. In fact, the Discord server of the game is getting flooded with bots and spam verbatim what your thumbnail has written on it. It says we did nothing wrong, or did we? It's literally just a question. Did we do something wrong or not? Keep your doomsday-ish speculation to yourself, you absolute buffoon. You have no clue whether or not the game has met this end or not. For all we know, Nexon has no actual claim whatsoever to to support their DMCA. We'll find out. What's the harm in talking about it? There isn't any. I don't understand. Don't talk about anything ever, guys, unless it's proven as fact. So don't you talk about this. The most likely risk here would be that Nexon sieges Ironmace by purposefully letting the case rot to no end, draining Ironmace. But even then, it's not certain that they would succeed through these means in the slightest. Is there a chance? Yes. Is it? Sure. No. Cool. So you're making my point for me. If you want your channel to grow past the point of being a sub 100k commentary channel to every other clone out there, I'd advise that you cut the crap that you pull on a lot of your videos with shitty low quality clickbait from the thumbnails, descriptions and titles, and actually show some integrity and respect to everyone else's intelligence. This is my second channel. The other one has 300-something thousand subscribers. I'm sure you'll say if you want your channel to grow above 1 million subscribers at that point, but it's just funny. Also, your profile pic is literally the same as the quartering. Is it? Is it? Somebody made this for me, so. The quartering. I mean, it's a similar art style, I guess, but it's not literally the same unless we're fucking changing what literally means. Then again, everyone uses literally. I love using a literally, not literally, but you're wrong. Seeing as how you two make the same type of commentary reaction content, we absolutely do not. I'd also advise that you scratch your smooth brain a bit more to come up with something original if you're able to, that is. Feel free to take the piss or maybe think a little starting as of now. We definitely do not make the same content. If you think that we do, you are fucking delusional to the point where, I mean, you're not going to watch this anyway, but your brain is fucked if you think that's the case. Oh, so he posted, so that's his comment as well. Tarvi Anderson, you're getting banned. This fucking idiot is trying so hard to cover up his past shit he takes. You guys don't understand. I'm just on the side of the truth. No examples of any past shit he takes, of course. I've been pretty consistent in my coverage of Ironmace and Nexon, but there we go. LeMayo, who is this R-word? Says, feed me a kitten. Move the business and studio out of Korea. Tell Nexon to go suck Kim's dick and release the game and make millions. So this guy doesn't know that North Korea and South Korea are not the same place. He's British as well. Fuck, why have you got to embarrass us like this, man? It makes me laugh that anybody who has an opinion that isn't Ironmace good, fuck Nexon, is apparently sucking corporate dick. They've obviously never engaged with any of my content ever because I've always had a, against corporations policy and pro-consumer, which has basically always been my coverage of things in general. But that doesn't mean that I'm ignorant to the truth or, being objective. And when a corporation hasn't done anything wrong in this specific instance, I'm just going to be like, yeah, fuck those people. I think that's just so stupid. Andrew Tate was a world champion. I can't say that word. You sit on your ass, you don't get to decide who's a real G or not, you cringe bag. I just did. And obviously that's upset you, so I'm going to continue to do it. Andrew Tate is bottom G. He's not top G, he's bottom G. And the only thing he's a world champion is sex trafficking women in Romania, allegedly. Man, there's so many of these from even just 2 weeks ago. Holy shit, that's crazy. Dog abuse, got it, go fuck yourself. Don't you know what this is about? Dog abuse? What the fuck? Why are you making yet another lame game criticism channel? Stop. You don't have the skills or the resources. Stop by making home videos of your dog to gain experience. Oh my god. He's fucking got me there. See how you sound? Guy who programs in 0 languages and has no clue what Houdini or Maya are. Doesn't know what an IDE is. Wouldn't know a sort algorithm if it bit him in the ass. There you go then. He's doing the classic. If I can't, perfectly cook a meal, I can't tell you if the meal tastes like shit. He's doing the classic. So when somebody comes to Kickstarter, posts a project that they have no chance of succeeding in, and then says, Kira, will you review my Kickstarter? And I go, yeah, it doesn't look very good. You come in probably because you're an indie developer that's just upset about the world, because this happens all the time. What happens is I say, as an indie dev, you can't make an MMO, and then you get in your fees because you're an indie dev, and you show up and go, but you're not even a developer. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Your channel success has gone to your head and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Curious, what is your prime programming language? My prime programming language is not the fucking programming that is your language because you're an NPC. Have you programmed low-level TCP/IP? What is your primary 3D modeling software? He's just not going to stop. You and your fellow clueless have zero idea what I'm talking about. I'm curious what gives a guy whose skill is talking about crypto scams an expert at game dev. I was talking about games long before I was talking about cryptocurrency, but fair enough. A guy who has no fucking clue what malware or hallock means or what page flipping is. and thinks it requires $1 billion corporation to make a multiplayer game. Man, for somebody who's talking a lot about technical things, your technical ability to listen to what people say is really lacking, because I've never said this. I literally talk about games that have succeeded on Kickstarter from small teams and games that I love that are indie games and how I support Kickstarter games. I've probably put more money in Kickstarter games than fucking almost anybody else has. I've also put a ton of money and a ton of time into pretty much exclusively early access games by indie developers, a lot of them being multiplayer games. So you're just talking nonsense. I have no clue the differences of 4-player game and a 1 million player games netcode are. Okay, interesting. You have 0 qualifications, mate. You're talking put your ass. P.S. Before the emotional adolescent start, I was programming in 10 plus languages before Kira was born. Oh, so not only is he an indie developer, he's a fucking boomer. Of course he's upset. You're a loser. It's really sad. FR. It's YOU''RE. You are a loser. I'll help you out, mate, because cryptocurrency's obviously not taught you very much. If Shaqlone gets banned on Twitch, I swear I'll go after you myself and beat the shit out of you. So I have to stop your impulsive lies you're spreading every day, says John's Insecurity. Well, at least we got to the bottom of that one. Oh, oh, you've had to tailor the way you talk so your audience understands you. Yeah, somewhat, yeah. But you are just an amateur, not a broadcasting professional. I'd like to see where you're pulling that claim from, mate, that I've said I'm a broadcasting professional. You are not the savant of talking, mate, right? You are more like the 99.99% of gobshites, which is why, I'm afraid, despite how much you put into your speech, it's still quite shite. I'm just letting you know so you can have a better life by doing non-talking things. I love when people talk about me having a better life by doing things that they don't do. They have no idea how good of a time I have doing YouTube because of stuff like this. And the fact that I get paid large sums of money. Like, I'm not flexing on people. It's not what I'm going to do. But there is no way I would ever earn as much money as I currently do, to the point where I'm able to live comfortably anywhere in the world that I want to go by doing other things. And I've done that from talking to a webcam. And I'm going to continue doing that, hopefully, unless, something crazy happens for at least a few years to come. And I know that's going to upset you, but it's fucking awesome. That's it. I can't not smile while I'm saying this because it's just so silly. And people say this all the time. Someone already did say that to you, hence why you do that to others. Sorry, your dad said you weren't good enough. I agree, you are an idiot who has evolved from alright videos to being a dick. Another indie developer, B3 Games. I'm sorry, mate, but you're not making an MMO with one person and trying to get money on Kickstarter. You're not doing it. And if this ruins your fifis and your dreams, I'm sorry, but I will be the dick to tell you that that's not happening. So this was on the Damone Kim video where I said you shouldn't crowdfund Damone Kim's game because he's a guy who's never made a game, and basically he almost died, and then he showed up and was basically like, my life's calling now is to make the best video game ever, and I'm going to do that with no experience, no team, no funding, and I'm going to ask you guys to fund it. And I said, don't fund it, that's not a good idea. And this guy says, it's probably bullshit, but your video is 100% bullshit. You can't determine if this will be bullshit, so you're just mean for views. I call it realistic, and then he corrects himself, I'm an asshole for views. That's fine. I will continue to be the asshole for views, because if I think something needs to be said and other people are not going to say it, I'm still going to, that's it. And if you don't like it, that's unfortunate, but that's my life. The sad thing is a lot of these comments are just talking about the topic of the video, and they just say a bad word and they just get stuck in the shadow realm. And I'm never going to go through and validate all these comments because it won't matter anyway, because it's just going to happen again. Talk about Escape from Tarkov. It's in trouble. No, it's not. Shut the fuck up. Cool. Using someone else's video for your own viewership, you are a piece of shit. I agree. I don't really like reacting to other people's videos, but considering everyone else does it, until they don't, I'm just going to continue doing it. It is what it is. I understand that that's probably not a very nice take on it, and people are going to be like, oh, Kira, that's awful, like, that's a terrible thing to say. But at the end of the day, I'm not stopping other people watching my videos, and lots of people do, especially the ones that I put tons of effort into, pay an editor, spend weeks scripting and researching, and people watch them and get more views than I got and earn all of my revenue. So I think it's only fair in the revolving ecosystem of people fucking each other for me to do the same thing, because they're not going to stop, and I'm fine with it, to be honest. It is what it is. And I'm not big enough to really impact other people's views on their videos, so it's not as big of a deal. You should be leaving this comment on all the massive channels that do this and not mine. When they stop, I'll definitely stop as well. Are you gonna cry if I make a joke this time? C word, can't say that one, I'll get demonetized. What this guy's joke was, oh, here it is. I said I moved to Thailand and I just like it here, which I do. It's the reason I moved to Thailand. There's only one reason people like Thailand, Lamau, and obviously what he's saying here is sex work, basically. I moved here with my girlfriend who I've been with for 7 years. So it's definitely not for that. People keep making that like assertion, which is kind of weird. If you move to Thailand, people either say, one, you're doing it because you're a dirty foreigner that came to have sex with the locals, or two, you're like just a really bad person because apparently everyone who lives here is a pedophile, which is just really weird, and I find that incredibly racist as well, especially because Thailand, if you've not been here, one, it's a beautiful country, two, it's just amazing to live here, and three, the people are the nicest people you'll meet literally anywhere on the planet. So to reduce their entire culture and all the Thai people down to everyone's a prostitute, every woman's not actually a woman, which fuck knows how that's not even transphobic to begin with. I don't know why that's a commonly accepted thing in social media, to just talk shit about ladyboys all the time. Or three, they just allow all of this like crazy fucking sex, corruption, and etc. etc. I think that's like the most pathetic thing I've ever seen, but it's just unavoidable. You mentioned Thailand and people immediately jump to those things. When you put an ugly face over someone else's content, it's plagiarism. Clark, you're not very smart. The whole it's for educational purposes is a joke, right? React is a talentless nonsense that should be pursued by even further judicial means. Fair use is not what 90% of what its intended purpose is. Then I guess it'll be solved eventually, won't it? Man, I can't believe there's so many of these comments. This video's been going on for like 50 minutes. There you go, look. Does anyone know why Kira moved to Thailand? Thai pussy. Yeah, that's the only reason anyone ever moves, is because they can't have sex where they live. Fortunately, though, that's not true, and not everybody's an incel, mate. I could watch your ass for hours, Kira. Okay. God, shut up, you are so annoying, bye. Does this guy think there's a conversation going on between me and him? Is this like, does he watch television and talk to the fucking broadcasters on TV? As if I'm supposed to shut up instead of you just turning off the video. So weird. You're such a negative downer, dude. I get that dunking on scam games is your little thing. But holy crap, give the damn thing a chance and just shut up and let the damn trailer be a trailer. I had to stop this video of your constant nagging and nitpicking and go watch the damn thing on my own. How do you even enjoy gaming? Not everything is about finding a new thing to shit on. I don't think I was even negative about the Quinfall thing. I just said that like the magic looks a little bit over the top and it looks very early, which it does. And it's since been proven that it's basically all assets, which I'm not even going to say is like a guaranteed like really bad thing. But if you don't want to hear my opinion while I'm watching a trailer, why the fuck would you watch me watch a trailer in the first place? I've never understood this. It's really weird because you literally see me in the thumbnail. You open the video and I say I'm going to be watching a trailer, and then you tell me to stop talking when you could just go watch the original video. It's an odd thing to do. I always say like it's like walking past KFC as a vegan and being like, I want a salad, and then going in KFC and complaining that they don't have a salad. You know what they're fucking selling there. You know what they're not selling there, and yet you're in there complaining in the first place. It's just a really odd thing people do. I think we're at the bottom. Holy shit, we're at the bottom. Okay, well, I thought this was going to be like a 20-minute video. I'll probably edit some of these out and cut down the responses a little bit, but I love doing these videos. It's just cathartic for me because I see these comments pop up every now and again, and it's just nice to go through and just laugh about all the silly shit people say about me and my opinions. It's never not going to be a good time. Some people say like, oh, you know, how do comments not get to you and stuff like that, and it's purely because it's just funny. When you know what you said and then you look at somebody being upset about something you didn't say, there's no way you can take that all too seriously. And when people's criticism typically amounts to like, I don't like what you're doing, or I don't like how you look, or something like that, how are you going to get upset about that? It just is what it is. I'll tank these idiots and just turn it into content like I always do. But thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace out.